The biggest thing with CallRail, obviously there's benefits for both the agency and the clients. For the clients, if you're not tracking calls already, you're obviously missing a huge channel potentially for markets like home services, automotive, legal, what's the last one that I'm missing? Healthcare, huge one. So if you're not tracking calls, you're missing that whole channel and you're not able to understand the leads that you're driving from those channels, right? Or the cost per lead from each of those channels. As an agency, there's a ton of benefits as well. The one that I've alluded to earlier in the presentation was just the baseline ability to prove ROI for your clients. Like Maddie mentioned, if you are having the conversation and the consultation with your clients of, hey, I'm bidding on some new keywords, or I've just set up your Google My Business for your clients or anything like that. If you're not able to track and prove the way that you're driving leads to their business, then you're not going to be able to retain those clients for a very long amount of time. So for an agency, CallRail really helps you prove value and prove ROI with the marketing campaigns that you're running, especially if there's a paid CPL PPC component to it as well. Like we talked about, you can better understand what channels, campaigns, and keywords are driving leads. You can understand cost per lead, which is huge. I'm not sure how many clients are necessarily asking for cost per lead, but I think if you in the consultative approach, start to talk about cost per lead and conversion rate from each channel and how the phone's converting versus chat versus form submissions, follow-ups, using Smith AI. If you're not able to have those conversations and be consultative and educate your clients, then you may not be able to keep them for as long as you would want. And we all know that retaining a client is less expensive than acquiring a new one. So you want to make sure that you're educating your clients and bringing them along for the ride. How qualified are inbound leads? Smith AI does the same thing in helping you understand and drive qualified leads. CallRail helps you understand where those qualified leads are coming from so you can recreate that and optimize that campaign and that buyer journey for those specific leads. The other thing that if you do have agents, with conversation intelligence, CallRail can help you better train your agents. If people are missing calls, if they're not calling back at all, if they're referring to campaigns in the wrong way or things like that, CallRail can help you understand that and help your clients understand that as well. The benefits of keyword level call tracking and form tracking, a lot of the agencies that we work with, almost all of them, and kind of CallRail's bread and butter is our integration with Google Ads. So when you connect with Google Ads and you start seeing the PPC data within CallRail, you can better improve your cost per lead, like we've talked about. You can better optimize your conversion rates per channel in terms of phone, form, or chat, or channel in terms of the channels that people are coming to your client's site from, whether it's Google My Business or Google Ads or just an out-of-home campaign. Improving website performance. So once you understand how people are interacting with your site and where they're going to pick up the phone, on which page, or on which form they're converting better, you can have improved performance of your website, improved conversion rates. And then with our multi-touch cost per lead report, you can do first touch, last touch, W-shaped, any kind of attribution model you want to better understand how your cost per leads are performing.
One thing that I also wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier, and this has come up a number of times. So a lot of receptionist services will charge per minute and not per call. And I think that it makes it really hard to calculate your acquisition cost if it's per minute. You have to go through the entire call log, determine how much time was spent on the leads from those campaigns, what was the total talk time. If you actually are able, just by looking at Smith AI in your dashboard, how many calls came through, rang to that number, you can see the actual number of calls. You know exactly how much you're paying per call. That's $5 to $7 per call, typically. Then what you're seeing is a really clear view that even the client can understand, that doesn't require a lot of data processing time, right? That's what you're talking about, Bridget, is the connection to Google Ads means that then in analytics, then in AdWords, you're able to see the top performing campaigns and the number of conversions and leads that came through there. And it's all on a sort of individual basis. If you are also paying per click, lead, right? Then you want to be paying per instance, per call, per chat, the same exact way, so that you can apples to apples calculate what were all the touch points and those conversations and the cost of delivering the ad, the cost of responding to the ad, even if it was a chat and then a call, and then it's your staff time if you really want to get sophisticated with it. Like, okay, then I have a 20-minute new client assessment call. What is actually the complete cost of bringing in a new client? And you blend that with like the amount spent on the people who don't convert, and you really have a clear picture of, based on total spend, based on total touch points and conversations, what does it take to bring growth to your clients' businesses? So we will be providing this deck to you, and just to run really quickly through, there's examples of identifying tasks and projects to hand off based on the cost to you every day and what your team is spending time on. There's a really handy Eisenhower decision matrix that if you present this to your clients and they say, oh yeah, I am spending time doing things and I'm not delegating this, and you're right, I can't answer the phone every time, this can be extremely helpful as a tool to identify what resources you need to help them identify, to help them grow their firm, and to maintain through the growth that you're bringing in that same level of service, because you don't want that to go down and the reputation management becomes an issue. You have an ideal intake form so that they're equipped to hand off those tasks. You can't delegate anything you haven't documented, right? So it's really important that they have the tools that they need to do this, or else you're going to be presenting options to them that they can't fulfill because they don't have the core basics here. How are they comfortable sharing their calendar and giving access that is not confidential or risky or a security issue? Again, APIs are your friend, and public calendaring links that, Calendly and Acuity and plenty of other partners in here provide, those are all your friend. What's the follow-up process and who's responsible and when is it being done, right? These are all sort of trigger points to make sure that we do get to that 6th call attempt to get the 93% of leads who are potentially going to convert. And then what are the areas of high impact for responding to clients, potential clients, leads on these different channels that your clients may be operating, right? So where are they existing? Where do they need to improve responsiveness? And then if you stand up another channel, what is the responsiveness demand on that business of your client or on you as the one who may be tasked with responding there? How do you get that done so that that channel is connected into the business as much as it needs to be, and that it is not a weak point in terms of the reputation of the business. So that is it. That's the last exercise in the deck. And Alex, thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah, this is huge. Tons of value. So I took some screenshots there, so we'll post a couple of those. And then I'll chop this up. I'll make sure that everybody has this in nice bite-sized chunks so we can absorb it and take action. Hopefully, follow along and create this inside your agency. Maddie and I, and also Bridget and I, will be recording some more content related to how to package this up as a service. And we'll have some documentation there for you guys, some examples, so you can start to put this into practice and maybe have a service for your clients to purchase from you and get set up. So thank you both. Anything else before we go? I believe we tackled everything for right now.
No, reach out to us through partner programs. Alex can connect you. We'd be happy to work with you. Smith AI especially, we do a lot of custom sort of reviews for agencies and how we can best serve your clients. So don't hesitate to ask if you have questions. I'm here to serve you.
And definitely check out the PPC course as well with CallRail and Unbounce. That's an awesome workflow if you like this kind of stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next class.
Awesome.